Hey, everybody, it is Radley Valentine. Welcome to the Angel Tarot Show. So if you are watching this on YouTube, hey, good to see you. I'm dressed in gold. Maybe you can guess why. If you are listening to this on the absolutely fabulous podcast, mindbodyspirit.fm, then it is so great to be sharing the airwaves with you right now. So today's topic is life transformation, transforming your life with Archangel Uriel. So I want to talk a little bit about Uriel before we get into the whole concepts of working with him for life transformation. Uriel is is my favorite of the archangels. Over the years, recent years, I've worked a lot with Michael, and so he's become very precious to me. But Uriel was the first archangel that I ever blatantly met. And this was 20 years ago, and I was taking an angel class. It was my first angel class. And I was in this meditation, and this meditation was meant to introduce you to all of the archangels. And I had been having a really great class. I felt like, wow, I'm really plugged in, tuned in, turned on. I'm really in this space where this is all working for me. I love it, until this meditation came around. And this meditation was supposed to, like I said, introduce you to each of the archangels. It was done alphabetically. And for me, it was like this total dud. That was a shock, because this angel class to me had been like, oh, wow, I'm literally at a real Hogwarts. This is real Hogwarts. And so I had been just absolutely stunned and amazed by the intuitive gifts and psychic abilities that were within me that had been brought forth. And so to have this meditation happen where you're meeting all the archangels, and it to be just a total dud, like I was getting nothing, was a shock and concerning. But we went through all the archangels: Ariel, Azrael, Shamuel, blah, 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 blah. So alphabetically, in the system that I would work with of 15 archangels, Uriel is next to last. So there's Uriel next to last, and then Zadkiel. And so I was like really kind of troubled by the fact that nothing was really happening for me in this meditation. But then we got to Archangel Uriel, and everything changed. Everything changed in this amazing, powerful, incredible way. And so suddenly I went from nothing really happening to everything happening. I mean, it was crazy. It was powerful. And Archangel Uriel said to come in the color yellow. But for me, from the beginning, he has been glittery gold. And so suddenly the lights came on in the room. It was like, it was all black and stuff for me in my meditation. And suddenly, boom, it's like golden glitters shining in every direction. Ah, angels singing, glory of the divine. It was just like, wow, this whole thing. And I'm like, oh, now I've kicked in. This is great. I've kicked in. And then we went from that to Archangel Zadkiel, and it's like the lights went out in Georgia again. I mean, it was just like, poof, that was it. And so I thought that was really odd. And keep in mind, I was new to working with archangels. And even though I'd been working with angels for way before that, I'd not had professional training. And so I thought it was really curious. It was like, wow, so why did I not have anything for the first 13 archangels, have 14, the number 14 angel, boom, and then number 15, nothing. And so I thought that was really odd. And so a part of this class was to learn to work with oracle cards. And so this particular deck was this oracle card deck that had archangels in it. And so I shuffle. First time I've ever had my hands on oracle card decks ever. First time to do this, anything at all, other than tarot, yes, but not oracle cards. And so I'm doing this, and the card I pull is Archangel Uriel. And I'm like, okay, that's really interesting. Okay, that's really interesting. So we split up into groups, and someone's pulling a card for me as a part of the class, and they shuffle, 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 and they pull, yes, you guessed it, the same card, Archangel Uriel. And I'm like, okay, this is starting to not be a coincidence. I know enough about spirituality to know this is no longer becoming a coincidence. That evening, this was a class where there were a lot of staff people on with a group that I was taking classes from, and you could sign up to get a reading from a staff person. And I had signed up. And so I went to my reading, and as I'm walking into the space where the reader is, the first thing she says is, "Do you know the Archangel Uriel is with you?" And I'm like, yes, I'm starting to get the feeling. So to me, this whole story is just to tell you that it can happen where an archangel is so interested in getting your attention that they're going to pull out all the stops. And that's what Uriel did for me. I felt like in that moment that Uriel like basically stamped his name on my forehead. And that began a 20-year relationship with this amazing archangel. Now, Uriel's name means the light or fire of God. Sometimes archangels have titles. For whatever reason, Uriel has a bazillion of them. I don't know why, but his titles include the Prince of Light, Regent of the Sun, the Patron of Prophecy, the Angel of the Presence, the Angel of Peace, the Angel of Truth, Prince of the Seraphim, Angel of Thunder, Angel of Summer, blah, blah. The list goes on. In the hierarchies, he's included not only in the big 7 of the archangel list, but also in the big 4. Like I said, for me, he comes in this glittery gold color. Some say yellow, some say red. In another major system that only has 7 archangels in it, he is red. If you are into crystals, he is known to associate with citrine and tiger's eye, fluorite, gold, and pyrite. And his physical appearance, now keep in mind, if you've been listening to this series, and if you've not, I won't leave you behind, but archangels show up differently for different people. That's because it doesn't make sense for archangels who are messengers of the divine to have a particular image for all human beings on planet Earth. That makes no sense whatsoever. And it limits God, goddess, source, divine, universe, you pick your word. It limits our perception of their ability to be everything and everything to all people. But we think as human beings, that's not possible. We're talking about God, all right? So for me, Uriel is blonde, has a very youthful appearance. It's very traditional for him to have a scroll in one hand and a flame of fire in the other. Some say the fire is the flame of love that is being offered to you. I look at fire as being this purifying thing. It's this purifying source from the divine. So what is Uriel all about? Uriel is about 3 primary things and a bunch of little things inside of that. Uriel is said to be the archangel of epiphany, of brilliant ideas, emotional healing, and also life transformation. So think of it as that actually being a path. So think of it as a path. Think of it as, oh, Archangel Uriel provides us with epiphanies and brilliant ideas that allow us to find our way to emotional healing, that take us to the place where we can therefore transform our lives. So, but if we break it farther down, he is the archangel of claircognizance. There are 4 primary, there are more, but 4 primary ways that people get psychic information: clairvoyance, which is seeing; clairaudience, which is hearing; clairsentience, which is feeling; claircognizance, which is knowing. And Uriel is the archangel of claircognizance. He helps us to achieve our goals and our aspirations. Because he's the archangel of light or fire, he pours light on our challenges to illuminate our problem-solving abilities and helps us to find practical solutions. A friend of mine, Heather Hildebrand, hi Heather, says that angels are in the solution business. I always love that. And so he's good at that. He helps to renew our faith and our hope, inner peace and harmony. He eradicates fear, therefore restoring hope for us. He is the archangel of clarity and understanding. He helps us release energetic blocks, find blessings through adversity. I love that one, so I'm going to say it again. Finding blessings through adversity. Literally, I want to say, take that frown and turn it upside down, helping us to see what we are learning so that we can turn it into something that is a blessing. He turns disappointments into victories and helps us to understand why things are the way they are and to trust in the divine plan, even if it feels to us like things are going wrong. He helps us to heal painful memories and burdens, find our inner light, release fears. Uriel is said to help us to see and acknowledge the light that is within ourselves and to help us to dissolve fears and anxieties and assist with the development of self-confidence and self-worth. Archangel is said to be one of the archangels of weather. I have experienced that myself. An archangel we're going to talk about in the future is Uriel. She's said to be the archangel of wind. I find Archangel Uriel to be the archangel of like sunlight and stuff. So it's like, if it's raining and you don't want it to, you're going to ask for Uriel for help for that. But he's also said to be the archangel that helps with natural disasters. Like I said, he is the archangel of emotional healing and helps people who feel like they have lost their way. Like I said before, he's the archangel of life transformation. He can show us how to heal all the aspects of our lives that keep us from being on a path of being able to change our lives to being what we want them to be. Some say he's the archangel of divine magic. I think more of Raziel, R-A-Z-I-E-L for that, but I can get it that, you know, Uriel could do that. He is this archangel that a lot of people really tend to associate with being a brainiac and being all thoughts and stuff, but he's not really like that in my experience. He's very much an archangel who is about helping us with our emotions, and therefore he's very kind. He is funny. He smiles a lot. He laughs a lot. And helps us to laugh about the situations of our own lives and helps us to therefore create opportunities. So I wanted to share with you a channeling that I did with Archangel Uriel not too long ago. Because I'm really close to Uriel, because I love this archangel in particular, it's pretty easy for me to just like pull that up, to make that connection. And so when I was wanting to sit down and do a serious channeling with Uriel, I didn't rush it. I knew I wanted to do it. I put it out there that I was going to do it, but I was just sort of kind of waiting for the right moment for me to feel like this is the right moment. That's how I like to do my channeling with archangels, is to go, oh, wait, this is the moment, and then go sit down. And at the time that I did this particular channeling, I was doing that. He knew I was going to do it, and I knew he was around. He was just sort of like casually hanging out. I noticed him in the corner of my eye, over here, over there. And I don't know why. I think that because when I was doing this channeling, it was for a group of people that follow me. And because it was Uriel, I wanted to get it right. And so I was putting perhaps too much pressure on myself. Um, but like I said, Uriel can show up for different people in different ways, and he can even show up for you in multiple ways. And so for years, I have been displaying him in this soft kind of way, but actually my favorite image of Uriel was something that I found on the internet. And I had even tried to acquire the rights to use the image in a tarot deck, but the artist wouldn't let me have it because he made it for someone else. He made it for someone's video game, I think. And I don't think that the artist knew that this was Uriel. I find this a lot in my work with artists because, it's like I'm getting ready to release my 10th deck in October. I work with a lot of artists. And it's like, I have noticed that artists are very often so intuitive and so connected to spirituality in ways that they don't even know. And so the artist had created this image, and he had named it Seraphim, which I thought was interesting, given that one of Archangel Uriel's titles is Prince of the Seraphim. But here was this amazing, powerful archangel with all aglow with fire and light. The whole image is just golden in color. And the archangel has his palms upright over his shoulders. And in one hand was a scroll and the other was a flame. I'm like, well, that's Uriel, even though I'm pretty sure that the artist nor the gamer that he created it for had any idea that it was. But here he was, literally in this like super powerful superhero, almost like kind of image of one of the archangels, a messenger of the divine. And I love the archangels that way. I believe that really all the archangels are that way. They tone it down for us so that we can like embrace them and invite them in without it being overwhelming, being too much. But given that this was a channeling between just me and him, I was genuinely shocked that he showed up in that form. I really did not see that coming. I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting more like something from the My Sun cards of Angel Tarot cards or Angel Wisdom Tarot cards, if you know those decks. If you don't, you want to see an image, you can just go Google Radley Valentine, Angel Wisdom Tarot cards, the Sun, or Angel Tarot cards, the Sun, and you'll see the way I usually present him and the way I usually see him. But I was really shocked to see him like this. I loved it. It was great, but I was surprised to see it. And so I asked him about it, and he said, I present myself in this form because you need to feel the power of an interaction with an archangel that is so close to the divine that you can feel the awe you so love. I also do it because of my gratitude to your unending communication about me in the world. Well, awe, but he's talking about awe. So, if you don't know me, I say this sometimes, but my favorite emotion is awe, A-W-E, awe. To be awed by something is like, I love that emotion. I love it. And so in that moment, I felt that awe, but I was trying to be of service but also to this big golden caretaker of humanity, and to someone who felt like an old friend at this point. So I just wanted to get out of the way and let him speak. So I did. And he said, I am Uriel. I am the light, but also for the light. I carry the flame of love that lights your path. I offer the wisdom that brings freedom. I live in golden shimmers that heal and vibrant red that transforms. Isn't that cool? He goes on to say, my assignment is to be the bringer of epiphany, to create within everyone's heart the moment of revelation that allows the soul to evolve and to expand. I am the golden glimmer of hope that soothes the hopeless and restores faith where faith has been beaten down. Establishing a mentorship with me means committing to a courageous life. Oh, is that what that is? Is that what's calling that? Let's see, back to what he's saying. It means finding the heart of your bravery within and turning it into drive and passion to stop wandering around in the illusion of being lost, the illusion of being lost. I am the light of God. There can be no lost in the darkness when you are with me. All shadows disperse and the brilliance of dazzling clarity rushes in. Many who hear these messages today may find themselves in need of the type of lifting up of spirit that I am blessed to provide. Those that feel defeated, worn down, exhausted, or disconnected from divine or angelic love and guidance can reach out to me and ask for the reestablishment of true connection. This usually arrives via the feeling of a sudden knowing, an aha moment, a simple but astonishing awakening of just where they got off path, a rush of awareness of how to get back on. For some, it comes in a flash, in an instant. For others, there is the need to allow for time to visit with me regularly. I just kind of want to say that again. I just want to say this again. Okay. So many who hear these messages today find themselves in need of the type of lifting up of spirit that I am blessed to provide. Those that feel defeated, worn down, exhausted, or disconnected from divine or angelic love and guidance can reach out to me and ask for the reestablishment of true connection. Does that resonate for you guys? He goes on to say, this usually arrives via the feeling of a sudden knowing, an aha moment, a simple but astonishing awakening of just where they got off path. Say that again. A simple but astonishing awakening of just where they got off path. A rush of awareness of how to get back on. For some, it comes in a flash, in an instant. For others, there is need to allow for time to visit with me regularly. I just think that's so important. I think that's so important for so many people. If there's this nagging feeling in the background that it's like, I'm off path. Think about that. Think about how powerful that is to have that epiphany that Uriel can provide, to have that emotional healing that can come from knowing where you got off path and how to get back on, and how empowering that would be for you to be able to transform your life into what you want it to be. Uriel continued with, it is important to know that I am not the creator of the epiphany. I am its conduit. I am the pipeline of inspiration that flows directly from source. I was created to be the prism of awareness that extends to those who seek revelation, to be the answers to the questions unspoken, to refocus perspective from down to up. He means our perspective. When we're looking down at where things are screwed up, instead of looking upwards, his purpose is to refocus our perspective from down to up, from distress to comfort, from defeat to perceivable success. See, this is something that is amazing to me about channeling. I'm not this good a writer. I could not come up with this. Okay. This is Uri. All right. He goes on to say, Radley has known me for decades as a compassionate, close friend. I am all those things for those who need it. But there are many right now who want more than that. They want the poignant, palpable, and awe-creating experience of the divine's archangels. Such is the extent of their distress that they are under the illusion that it is going to take an archangel, like all caps, to rescue them. But the truth is that they do not need rescuing, they need redirecting. They need an extension of source to angelically reach over and gently knock on their door and lift up their chin so that they can see upwards rather than downwards. To envision the future of the sun and not the grumblings of their ego explaining to them why everything is wrong and unlikely to get better anytime soon. When things are basically good or only slightly sad, the soft, compassionate friend that is Uriel is perfect. A chat with a trusted friend to just guide them back to the positive. But when things are truly difficult and the downward focus is further complicating things, as well as creating an illusion of disconnection with the divine and the angels, sometimes what is needed is a powerful prince of the seraphim in golden fire and light, with a scroll of epiphanies and a flame of undying, unending love. I am either or both to you. Whichever you need most, I can be that. Uriel says, let's do this together. Let's uplift your sights and restore your faith. Let's heal the past and transform the present and the future. This is my purpose. This is my blessed mission. This is what I exist for. I am Uriel. To me, that is the power of the archangels. And in retrospect, it was so easy for me to go back and look at the whole aspects of all of this and think, you know what, this is why he showed up so magnificently. He didn't show up in his more softer, gentler, blonder way. He showed up for the people who are in this space in their lives where they don't need softer, gentler right this minute. They need power. They need to be empowered. They need to feel like they have control of their lives and that they can change the things that are wrong. They can change the things that are not making them happy. They can bring forth the life that they want. They need that right now. They'll get gentler, kindler from their mom or from their partner. And sometimes we do need gentler and kindler. That's what we need from archangels like Azrael and Shamuel. We need gentler, kindler from those archangels. But with Uriel, it was like, no, I'm not here to comfort you. I am here to empower you. I am here to remind you who you are. I am here to remind you of what you can do. I am here to remind you of the magic that is within you that you can use in order to make your life be what you want it to be. There was this other time where I got this message from Uriel, and I wanted to read it to you. And it said, so many of you are walking around with emotional wounds. Your world is so completely focused on the physical, and yet it is your emotional pain that keeps you from moving forward as a race. Give me your emotional wounds. Give me your pain. I can heal you. I can make that pain vanish, and you will be tortured by it no more. Invite me in, and I will show you a new light, a new path. One full of a magic and awakening and knowing. That is a comforting aspect of Uriel right there. But it doesn't just leave you in this space of here, be comforted. It's about, no, sure, get comfort, be comforted, but we're going to go do stuff. We're going to take this to the next level if that's what you want. Do you want that? I'm asking. I'm going to give you a minute. Do you want that? Do you want your life to be different? Do you want it to be filled up? Do you want it to be empowered? Do you want to have an understanding of what is changeable in your life and how to get back on the path that you want? One last little quote from Uriel. He says, "You're a child of infinite light and love. There is nothing you cannot achieve. I will help you to remember your own true nature, and together we can transform your life into the dream of your heart." I'm going to say it one more time. You are a child of infinite light and love. There is nothing you cannot achieve. I will help you to remember your own true nature, and together we can transform your life into the dream of your heart. You know, here is this moment where where you can like really try to connect with this. It's like, this is why I love Uriel so much. Okay. I hope that makes sense to you. I love Michael and Jophiel, Gabriel. I love them all. But I love the magic and I love being empowered. I cannot abide by feeling stuck or feeling disempowered or feeling like I'm stuck in a life I don't want to be in. I don't do that well. Do you? Because I don't. And here is the Archangel to help you change that. A little prayer you can say is, "Dear Archangel Uriel, please provide me with amazing ideas and moments of revelation every day. Help me to heal emotional wounds from the past so that I can transform my life in the present and for the future." But you don't need my little prayer. You can make up your own words for what it is that you're trying to get from Uriel. You can do it yourself. But like anything, working with angels and archangels takes practice. I like to call it the faith gym. You may have heard me call it that before. If you want the angels' help, practice it, commit to it. Go out there and like work those faith muscles and get yourself into this place where you can experience how the angels can really make a difference in your life. Really, really, really make a difference in your life. I have a new deck that is coming out next year in October, and I've been working on that deck. And the I have them in this little bowl, okay? And I just pulled one for you. This is true. I am not making this up. I did not do this beforehand. I literally stuck my hand in the bowl just now, pulled out this card. You cannot make this stuff up. You can't. The card says, "I can be whomever I wish to be. I invite blessings of transformation into my life." And the quote is from Archangel Uriel. That's called connection. And it's something I want for you guys. So think about this. You know what? If this resonated for you, listen to this podcast again. Watch it on YouTube again. If you watched it one place, go watch it the other. Whatever it takes. But if this is resonating for you, commit to it. Commit to wanting to change your life. But you don't have to do it alone. There's an archangel named Uriel who will help you do it. think about that. So that's our session for today. I have a couple of classes coming up. I'm teaching my Certified Angelic Advisor course at Kripalu. That's Kripalu. You can find out about that by going to radleyvalentine.com/CAA. I'm also doing an event class in Denver. Now, this is a mastermind, so this is more intense stuff. If you liked the intensity of today's podcast, then you're going to love that class because this is intense. You wind up in the hot seat and you have to like get out. So that's you can find out all about that at radleyvalentine.com/mastermind. So in the meantime, I hope you guys have a fabulous week, and I hope your week is full of epiphanies and magical ideas.